When I watch footage of those days and I see what I was wearing, I always think I'm wearing someone else's clothes. Someone who's...
Because they're so big?
Yeah, someone who's 2 stone heavier than me and 4 foot taller.
What was it like getting booked on The Word as your first TV performance?
Well, at this point, we were... So what year was that?
94.
94. Right, so we've been rehearsing, like, literally 5 nights a week for 3.5 years. We were brilliant live. We were amazing. At that point, I knew we were going to be relatively big. I just felt it in my... Because I wrote Live Forever and Cigarettes and Alcohol. Supersonic was out. I knew it.
Oasis are being hyped as the best band around at the moment.
I'm 11 years old.
Your new single is called Cigarettes and Alcohol. Now, what kind of an example is that to set to the British youth of today?
The radio probably ain't going to touch it because it says cigarettes and alcohol, but it's not glorifying.
It's not saying go on.
It's not glorifying drinking or smoking. It's a feeling that you get when you're on the dole and you've got no money, maybe to escape from your surroundings, that maybe all you have is cigarettes and alcohol, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I could see it. We hadn't mastered the art of the interview. I had a black eye that's why I had glasses on.
What do you remember where it had from?
It was from one of the many fights on stage, or it's just I remember having I wore sunglasses for about 6 months, and it was because I had a black eye or a busted nose or something. Oasis went through this period of there'd been, like I said, it was only about a 6-month period, but nearly every gig that we did ended in a fight, a brawl in the crowd, or somebody...
Between you and the crowd?
Yeah, there was one particular night in Newcastle, it's been broadcast live on the radio, where somebody got on stage and attacked me, and a guitar got damaged, and...
You hit him with the guitar?
I hit him with a guitar, yeah. But it was honestly, there was like this 6-month period where every song we did would end up in a brawl. I remember one gig, somebody hit Liam in the head with a shoe, and he had the shoe. And I remember we'd come off stage just waiting at the front door for this guy to walk past with one shoe. We were going to annihilate him. And, of course, we never...
Was that an exciting time for you?
It's the best time.
That post-King Tut's kind of, I don't know, let's say 6 months.
It was only, like, 20 years after the fact that you go, oh, it's an amazing period where you're the same age as your audience, you're in the same circumstances because you've not become really famous or wealthy yet, and maybe that period lasts for a year, 6 months. That's where you make your name.
Yeah.
Best band at the moment in the country.
A bit cocky, a bit arrogant, that's all I like.
It's like watching the Clash again in 1977.
Yeah, the first 93, 94 into 95 was just an incredible time.
Hello, we're Blur, we're #1, and we're going to be camping it up later on top of the Pops.
OK, so never in the field of human conflict, blah, blah, blah. All I can say about all this Battle of the Bands business is, if there's any winners at all, it's you lot out there, because you're getting loads of good music to listen to. So, straight in at #2, this is Oasis.
Top of the Pops, the Battle of the Bands.
It was ridiculous, really. But that whole part of the Britpop thing was so unnecessary.
Because?
Because, well, this was going to be our single from the record, and then some people came out from Creation and said, Blur are putting a single out on that day too. And I'm like, all right. So we decided to put it back a week, and then they called up and said, well, they've put theirs back a week now. And we were like, oh. And I think there was about a week where we were wholly uninterested in it. We were like, whatever, we're not bothered. And then the whole thing started to catch fire. And then we got interested in it pretty quick. And of course, you know, I mean, if anybody starts a fight with me, well, it's fucking on.
Another battle. Two of Britain's most popular pop groups have begun the biggest chart war in 30 years. The Manchester band Oasis and their arch rivals Blur released new singles today, each hoping to reach the #1 spot next week. The music industry hasn't seen anything like it since the Beatles fought it out with the Rolling Stones in the 60s.
But it was the whole shame about the thing is the two songs are shit. That's it. You know, if it was like cigarettes and alcohol and girls and boys, fair enough. Country House is fucking dog shit. Roll With It is like has never been played by anybody since the band split up, so that tells its own story.
You know, I'm sure you like and rate Damon and have done for a while.
Yeah, we've become
He's a good guy.
We've become friends.
So when did that amends happen? Do you think? And do you just put that down to like angry young man stuff?
I put it down to
like me and Vernon Kay back in the day.
I put it down to lots of little different things: drugs, alcohol. Us all moving in a very, very small circle. But years later, we happened to pass each other in the corridor. And we kind of went, oh, no way. And then we went to the bar and got a drink. And the first thing we spoke about was how great all that was. You know, we never mentioned the insults and all that kind of thing. Still haven't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's great, yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the next clip.